Hey, what's up? So we are in downtown Seattle in Pioneer Square. I am about to shoot headshots for my friend Gloria. Today we're going to talk about basically the right and wrong ways to shoot headshots. So you're going to see a little bit of behind the scenes footage of me doing that. And I've rented a studio. It's called the Studio Pioneer Square. So if you're in Seattle and you're looking for a great studio, it's brand new. It's on the corner of Jackson and kind of 3rd Avenue. It's in the, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's like an off street of 2nd Avenue, but it's right here on Jackson and 3rd Avenue South. So without further ado, we're gonna just wait out here till she gets here so I can just ring her up one time. I hate going in here and walking back downstairs. The stairs are pretty high, so I'm just gonna wait for her to get here, and then we're gonna do what it do. Yeah. Alright, so we're here with Gloria. We're talking about how to take professional headshots. What I tend to do is actually put my subject in front of something that's interesting in the background, and then I'm centered. As you can see here, I just have her centered with the bricks in the loft, and she's wearing just something simple. She doesn't have to worry about she doesn't worry about anything crazy. I just like basically something simple for headshots, because unless it's professional, you're gonna dress up and it has to be hands to your side. Another thing I like to do is what she's already done is basically kind of like flatten her hair a little bit. There's not really any stragglies, as much as we can get. Anything else that's like crazy, I can always finish in post. And the other thing that I do is make sure that her arms are at angles. So I'll have her put her hands in her pockets, something like that. This type of smile also is very good, or showing teeth is fine. It just depends on what you're looking for. She has a wonderful smile and a wonderful figure. Her jawline is pretty much like flawless. So maybe I'll just have her pick her head up a little bit when I'm doing this shot, or turn to the side, turn to your left a little bit, or I'll do a side shot like that. And this is pretty much what you're gonna get for the headshot, minus the windows. So let's go ahead and shoot her a few times, and then we'll go over the ending shots. All right, so. Oh, there we go. I have eye autofocus on, obviously. We're using the Canon R6 with a 70-200 f2.8. As you can see, the blurry background. Oh, there we go. Beautiful smile, beautiful smile. The shutter speed's at 1/200, and amazingly, I'm holding all this with one hand. It's like going to the gym, I promise you. You can just see my hand look, it's like, But there's good image stabilization with this lens. So. And for this shot, I just have her, this is pretty much a non-traditional headshot. It's almost like a modeling pic, but it's just gonna be from the bust up. I have this wonderful green chair and lamp in the background. It just really looks kind of industrial. And so, big smile. There is a line behind her from that thing, but that's all right. We'll fix that in post. But it's just something simple. And I like to get like more multiple angles, maybe some looking up. I'll probably shoot the same shot about 10 to 20 times, as Gloria definitely knows, but end up having maybe 2 or 3 good ones that I'll send to her. There we go, and that's that. So if you are in the Seattle area, this is the studio. It is a new studio in Pioneer Square. Basically has 3 sets. You have this green wall with plants. You have this wonderful, I don't know what you call this, lounge chair slash bed. Reminds me of something you use at a psychologist's office, but just a wonderful aesthetic as far as the studio. On this set, you have basically a lamp and chair with a book stand. It's a wonderful spot though. But yeah, if you are shooting in Seattle, you definitely want to book this. It's on Peerspace, it's on Instagram at the Studio Pioneer Square. So definitely give them a follow and book them for your next shot. They have a special going on this week where it's, I think it's like $20 off of an hour session. So you might want to hit that up. So yeah. And I'm over here switched. And we're going to do some more shooting, and then we're going to go back and we'll talk more about how other tips that I might have for shooting in the studio setting. All right, you. I wanted to close this video out with a few helpful tips for fellow photographers and also for models out there. Things that you're looking for in your professional headshots are minimize all the distractions that are in the picture. So in the background, I prefer blurry background, and you achieve that with a lower aperture, like 1.8, 2.8. There's some f4 lenses that you can use that actually blur the background out, especially on like the 70-200 Canon. I don't have a problem with actually I waited all day to record and the ambulance want to come by. It's great. But yeah, so there's a lot of 70-200 f4 lenses or 85mm lenses that aren't f.2.8 or f1 that you can use in order to achieve that effect. So like I said, minimize all distractions in your professional headshots. It should be on you as a person. You don't want to smile too much. You don't want to look too serious. You just want to find a happy medium. And I'm not saying that these are right or wrong ways, it's just how I prefer, and these are the shots that I've had the most success with. Another tip that I have is the clothing that you wear. Keep it simple, please keep it simple. You don't wanna, men, when it comes to headshots, you don't wanna wear too many stripes, you don't wanna wear loud colors. You want it just to be, you know, a simple black or blue, maybe a brown. And sometimes brown is pushing it, just depending on what shade. You just want it to be as neutral as possible. What you wear says a lot to employers or to people that are trying to hire you, unless you're going out for some cosplay job or something like that, or you know, something that just requires attitude or maybe a different type of character, or requires you to actually show your character. Then you know that would be out the door. But for most professional things, you want to keep it simple and neutral. And so yeah, that's definitely a good tip. The next tip is basically for the models. You know what you want for your headshots. You know what you expect. A lot of times you can tell a photographer, hey, I want you to do my professional headshots, and they shoot them and they come back and it's not what you want. I personally don't have a problem with somebody coming to me and saying, hey, you know, I know we talked about it, but this isn't actually what I was expecting. Sometimes we make things a little too artistic, or sometimes we just are a little too professional. So if that's something that is important to you in your shots, you definitely need to go ahead and just tell your photographer like what you're looking for. And in the beginning, maybe y'all should just sit down and just go through Pinterest, go through Google, find a couple websites with the type of headshots that you're looking for. The thing that kind of happens to me, and I'm guilty of it, is I'll have 4 or 5 shoots in a day, and you know, my morning shoots could be all professional, and then so I'm locked in professional mode, or maybe they were fashion photography and I was being more artistic, and then the afternoon, my sessions then just required something different, but I brought the energy from the shoots in the beginning. What I've actually started doing is posting sample shots of what each client has been looking for. So right before I'm shooting, I'll take a look at what they were looking for, and I kind of like just make sure my mind is prepared to actually shoot what that client is shooting for, because I don't want that artistic expression to actually pass from one session to the next, unless I'm shooting all fashion all day and then I'm just on this like high artistically, and I'm trying to, you know, just try different like different poses and stuff like that. So definitely communicate. Communication is key. It's You use communication for your relationships, you use communication for business relationships, you use communication for everything else on earth. And it should be the same for that relationship between you and the person that is that you're using as a photographer. So models, always keep that in mind. I think for this video, that's all I'm going to be talking about. I'll leave it at that. I'm going to be doing way more videos. Last thing I want to just say is just to close it out, I want to leave the tips where I left them. I think those are a good enough tips for this video, especially for beginners, just something to keep in mind. But I just want to end with that all these tips are just basically tips that have worked for me. It will change probably by the end of the year. Heck, it might change like next month. I might put out a whole different video for just, you know, the changing of the guard with all these tips. And also notice that on YouTube, there's a lot of people who are saying these are the 5 ways, or this is the only 5 ways to do something. It's only 10 ways to do something. It's never like that. When it comes to photography, when it comes to art, there's never a right or wrong way to do it. Some people are gonna like it, some people are not. I mean, you just have to roll with the people that actually, you can roll with all of them, because it's the people who don't like your stuff that keep you humble, and the people who love your stuff that just keep you inspired and keep you pushing to do more and more. And sometimes the people who just don't like your work, they inspire you too, because you kind of want to win them over in the back of your mind, but at the same time, you just don't care what they're thinking. Like, okay, you don't like it, I appreciate your honesty, and you gotta keep it moving, man. Cannot be sensitive. And that's actually something I'm working with doing this YouTube and Instagram. Everybody's not gonna like your stuff. You're not gonna get like, you know, 100 likes or 2, 3, 400,000 likes on a picture. And some pictures you are going to get that kind of love. So you have to roll with the punches, the good and the bad. I hope y'all are staying inspired. I hope y'all are staying safe out here in this COVID. That's pretty much all I got for this video. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. If you don't already, please support your boy and subscribe. I'm trying to get better at making more videos, increasing the frequency, and any really help that I can get from y'all, I really appreciate it. I think that's enough for this video, man. I'm tired of talking. It's your boy, Ill Will, and I'm out. I'm so tired. It's a grind, YouTube. It is a grind, man.